everybody introduce themselves, give you each about 2 minutes, but maybe also use as an opportunity, given it's 2 minutes, to perhaps differentiate yourself from your fellow folks who are running for similar positions, and that might also help feed some of the questions that we're going to be getting from the audience. So once we do introductions, then we're going to break it down according to sections. So first off, we're going to start asking questions of the county commission candidates, and then our auditors, and then our legislators, if that makes sense. So I want to use this then as the opportunity, I suppose, first, get everybody thinking about questions that they want to ask these candidates. And again, we're going to have everybody introduce themselves, maybe offer a little nugget or two about what maybe differentiates you from your fellow candidates, and then we'll go from there with, hopefully, a question from the audience, starting off with our county commission candidates. That said, Bob, we'll let you introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Robert Gleich. My friends call me Bob. I'm 68 years old, born and raised in Yankton County, graduated from Yankton High School. I'm a retired correctional officer, and for full disclosure, in 2002, I was the Yankton County Democratic chairman. So I want to get that out in front of people so they know where I stand. Time is, from 2002 to now, times have changed. People's experiences have made changes where you don't quite follow a straight line anymore. My strength as trying to run for a county commissioner is I have been shadowing these guys for over 20-some years. I've seen things they've done right, and I've seen things they've done wrong. I want to help get things back on the right path. Not that they're doing much wrong, but I want to let you know that I'm a worker. So I will pass this down the line here because I'm running out of words. And I'll let the next people go.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys hosting this forum tonight. It's great to get to know new people in different areas of the county. I'm Nancy Winandy, married, 3 children, have served the community for a number of years in a variety of different ways. So I served on our city commission for 9 years, some of those with our moderator Tony here today. Served as mayor for 2 years. Have been blessed with the opportunity to be CEO of Yankton Thrive, so working directly with economic development projects and community, tourism, a lot of the business community, large and small. It's been really wonderful to be a part of that. And I believe in positive leadership. I believe in finding solutions to problems, not just talking about the problems. I believe that in Yankton County, there's so much potential for us to continue to grow and create, and actually I should say keep that momentum going, because we are on a great path to accomplishing things, but we need to continue to work together. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. Dan Klemish. I'm actually from Utica. This is my hometown, so it's great to be back. I'm a 5th-generation farmer. I'm a decorated combat veteran. I've served multiple overseas tours of duty, a proud recipient of the Bronze Star for my actions in Iraq. What separates me probably differently than from some of the other candidates is I have a perfect attendance record, but I'm willing to go the extra mile. And I'll give you some examples of that that's going to help this community. I'm one of the people that definitely stepped up for the Stone Church Bridge, all right? I've been working on that project since 2019. We've had our ups and downs, but I'm happy to say we're going to get a $7 million bridge in the northwest corner of this county. It's going to help communities just like this. $7 million bridge for about $1.4 million. And I think that's a good return. Well, how did I do that? Went to the neighboring counties, Bonhomme, Hutchinson, got letters of recommendation with them, worked with our state, worked with the federal government for a return for you guys. Other things I'll willing to do, I'm willing to go to Pierre and fight for the county. I'm happy to say working with a great legislators that we have from District 18, rural access infrastructure, Senate Bill 240. That's going to be $5 million for rural access infrastructure funding coming to the counties and the township in this area. And that's going to help you guys reduce your property tax burdens. So I'm willing to put in the extra work, got a perfect attendance record, and I'm from Utica. So honored to be here, and thank you guys.
Hi, I'm Ryan Heine. It's great to be back in this little hall. I've always found it a really beautiful little place, and always loved serving here and helping my wife cater here. So I am also born here in Yankton, but raised right across the river in Nebraska. From there, I went off to get dual degrees in electrical engineering and physics. Worked for NASA, worked for defense contractors for many, many years, and got to the point where I could work from wherever I wanted to be, and I chose to come back to Yankton. So, and with that, I brought my wife and her business, and it's been thriving. Anyway, that's a little bit about me. The thing that separates me is, again, I'm an engineer. I'm very systems and solutions orientated. I look at our county, and there's a lot of improvements in trying to become more efficient and doing more with less. And that's how we're going to really improve our government is to streamline and make things happen. There's a lot of technologies out there that we're utilizing. We also have to vet these technologies because not everything new is great. And so I've started a lot of projects in the county in my last 4 years. I really am looking forward to continuing that work here in the county and really trying to see that this government really works for you.
Thank you, Ryan. Oh, Julie, there's one right here. Thank you. I just wanted your mic. Good evening, and thank you to the Yankton County GOP for hosting this event. I think it's wonderful that every candidate that is running is here. That's great that we get a good taste of all candidates that are actually going to be on the ballot. For those of you who don't know, my name is Julie Auk. I have been serving as your South Dakota House of Representative for District 18. My husband and I, Gary, farm in the northwest corner, I had to think for a minute, northwest corner of Yankton County. We have 4 children and 8 grandchildren. Born and raised, attended Mount Marty College right here in Yankton County. Love Yankton County. I love South Dakota. What I love mostly about this state and this county is the people. It's you, the taxpayer. And my job in the state of South Dakota has always been to be your voice, the voice of the taxpayer, the voice of individuals who sometimes feel like they're not being heard. It will be my pleasure to serve on the Yankton County. What experience I'm bringing, what sets me apart, of course, is my experience with state government. The state government and counties kind of work hand in hand. The state government, the legislators make the rules, make those statutes, write the statutes, and then the county has to, of course, bring them forth. Don't agree with all of them, but of course want to strive for the best for Yankton County and to make sure that we are utilizing every single taxpayer dollar to the best of its potential and fairly with accountability and transparency. So that would be me. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. I want to thank you all for letting me be here today. My name is Sarah Vanderteig, and a little bit about myself is I bring over 10 plus years of experience in finances, whether that was my time spent at Yankton County Treasurer's Office, the City Finance Office, just to name a few. With those, I have worked on city elections, budgeting, the day-to-day operations to make the local government run properly. I was born and raised in Yankton, where now I am married and my husband and I have chose to raise our daughters. I thoroughly enjoy volunteering. I am a local member of the Yankton Booster Club. I get roped into being a lot of team parents for a lot of the sporting events. And I also love to teach my youth group religious youth group on Wednesdays. I am committed to transparency and accuracy and serving the residents of Yankton County, and I look forward to earning each and every one of your guys' trust. I love looking out in the audience and seeing a lot of faces that I have dealt with in the past. And again, I just want to thank you all for letting me be here today.
Hi, I'm Laura Katalik, and I actually lived just a mile east of here growing up in middle school and high school. Then I went off to college and married my husband, Tim, who is here. We have 3 kids, one of which is Oliver over there, and became a teacher. And so I really enjoyed teaching. Then I went into ministry and was in charge of the daycare and the preschool at Calvary. And so that was a pretty big endeavor because we had a lot of staff and a lot of volunteers that we work with. And so I ran for auditor 4 years ago, and I got interested in that because of, there were so many issues with election integrity and a lot of publicity about that. And people were really trying to figure out what was going on and wanted to make sure that our elections are fair, which is highly important. And so then since then, I've been involved with the Yankton County Republican Party, and I've served as the vice chair the past 4 years. So that has given me some other experience working with parliamentary procedure and meetings and things like that too. So I guess probably what sets me apart is the auditor position is really made up of 3 parts to it. There's a finance part. And so my experience as being in charge of the daycare and the preschool and the children's ministry, you're responsible for coming up with the budget and working with the different departments and staffing and payroll and all of those kind of things were part of what was on my plate. And then the second part would be the elections. And so through the Republican Party, I've really worked hard at helping with elections, the past 4 elections, working as a poll worker and as a poll watcher. And then the other part of the auditor position is really being a part of the, for the county commissioners. So you serve as a secretary for them and sort of help them with their minutes, notices, things like that. So I guess just having all the parts of it sort of in my background is good.
Hello, my name is Mike Nutley, and I'm running to represent you, House District 18 in the House, excuse me. 43 years ago, I moved to Yankton as a teenager, where I later met my wife, Becky. We've been married for 39 years. In 1989, we moved to our acreage up west of Irene, where we raised 3 kids, Leah, Elizabeth, and Reed. We also have 9 grandchildren. I've worked in manufacturing my entire adult life. I'm a maintenance technician by trade. For the last decade, I've worked for Dale Vichet Electronics in Yankton. I also serve on the Turkey Valley Township Board for 13 years. I've served as both clerk and now as a township supervisor. And I'm here, the difference, what sets me apart is I'm running for House District 18 to be a voice of the people, not agendas of big corporate interest. Thank you.
Well, again, I'd like to thank the Yankton County GOP for inviting us all here, and it's great to see all these smiling faces up here on the stage. My name is John Marquardt. Born and raised in rural South Dakota, up north in Hutchinson County. Currently the chairman of the Yankton County Commission, have been for the last 3 years. My term will end as a chairman on December 31st as I'm running for the House of Representatives for District 18. Again, I was born in rural Yankton County, or Hutchinson County. I'm the 11th child of 12, so at an early age, I developed humility, resilience, and community service. I attended a one-room schoolhouse for the first 4 years. they closed the schoolhouse, and I attended Emory Elementary and High School. My wife and I met at Milltown, little place very similar to this right here. When I was a sophomore in high school, I actually worked for Utica Jack right next door. Had a great experience in the summer. After meeting my wife, Gail, in a little town in Milltown, we have 3 children, grown children, and 1 granddaughter. Granddaughter is involved in youth sports, and occasionally Gail and I get to see her on out in San Francisco to see her live on playing soccer and volleyball. I'm currently the special project manager at Mark Ward Transportation here in Yankton. Also have experience in agriculture management and public service. Previously served as general manager at Upper Midwest Grain Elevators right here in part of that was the Utica Grain Elevator. So I have firsthand experience in the agriculture industry's challenges and opportunities. In 2022, I was elected to the Yankton County Commission, where since, like I mentioned earlier, I've served as the chairman for the past 3 years. I held leadership position in the community. I served as the former president of St. John's Lutheran Church at Yankton. Recently retired as Southeastern Area USA Softball Umpire-in-Chief. And receiving recognition as a South Dakota State Umpire-in-Chief in 2020. I'm running for the House of Representatives to not only bring the rural area back to Pierre, but also to make sure that your voices are heard in Pierre. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Mike Stevens. How's that? I'm Mike Stevens, and I'm an attorney in town, and my partner and I, John Blackburn, and I have worked together for 50 years. And I'm married to Linda, and she taught school for 42 years. Most of the time was in beetles, so she's kind of a beetle bug. And between the two of us, we have 4 kids and 7 grandkids. We got 4 of them that attend Gayville Vollen School, and 3 of them who live in Sioux Falls. I've spent a lot of time in public service and would like to continue doing that. I served 22 years on the Yankton School Board, and I've served 12 years in the legislature. During the time that I've been in the legislature, I've been the Assistant Speaker of the House as well as Chairman of Judiciary numerous times and Chairman of the Education Committee as well. You know, I kind of got involved in the Republican Party in a different way. A lot of kids go to college and become Democrats. I went to college and became a Republican. And the person that really caught my attention was Ronald Reagan. And I was able to be the youngest delegate to the National Convention in 1980 and 1984 for Ronald Reagan, and it really touched my heart on the type of things that he really stood for. I ultimately was the chairman of the Yankton Republican Party for 4 years. Thank you for coming.
Good evening. First of all, just thank you for coming tonight. Thank you for the Yankton County GOP for this opportunity. My name is Lauren Nelson. I am the current state senator for District 18. Just having finished serving my first 2-year term, and I'm going to make a little shout out here that my fellow seatmate, Senator Shane Fish, is here tonight. I just was wondering if he lost his way out of his district, but glad he's here tonight. Nice to see him. You know, you go how many months seeing each other each and every day, and then it's like, nope, you don't get to see each other. So it's nice to see him here tonight. So yeah, when I was in Pierre, I served on 3 committees. I was on transportation, education, and local government, and enjoyed serving on all 3 of those. Also, last summer, I was able to serve on a summer study which dealt with our community support providers. And I was also on the Medical Marijuana Oversight Committee. And both those committees, the summer study's a little bit different this year, but again, it's pretty much about community support providers. I'll serve on those 2 committees again this summer, so I'll be busy with those. I have been married to David for 32 years, making Yankton our home. We farm north of Yankton, and again, we have cattle and row crops and chickens. And we have raised our 3 adult children. We have 3 children, Mary, Beatrice, and Frederick. I am a teacher by trade, having taught for 20 plus years in both public, private, and in homeschooling situations. And I'm also an administrator, educational administrator, from getting my master's from USD. In the community, I am the treasurer of the Yankton County Sharpshooters and just finished enrolling 200 plus men and women for the new season. So that has been keeping me busy since I've been out of session. And I don't really want to say what sets me apart. I just want to say pretty much what my strengths are. And one of the three things that I think I heard a lot when I was in Pierre this year is, first, I'm a good listener. I listened to my fellow senators and representatives and other people. Also, too, I worked hard for the people of my district. And the other thing, too, is that I got along with everybody. Yep, some people irritated me at times, but again, it's just a bill or it's just a situation, and you just keep going on. And again, you respect each other and what their beliefs are. So thank you.
Thank you. Good evening. I do want to thank the Yankton County Republicans for hosting, and more importantly, thanking you. It's a wonderful night out, and I hear we're going to have a bad weekend, so you taking the time to come here this evening, I appreciate that. My name is Jean Hunoff. I am originally from Tabor, 18 miles west of here, and I married one of the 7 brothers of the Hunoff family that lived right outside of Utica, and I married the middle child, and I'll tell you a little bit how that came about. I am a registered nurse. I practiced at Sacred Heart Hospital and Avera Health, and I see some of my colleagues that worked with me are here tonight, and I say good to see you. It's been a while since I've seen you all. During that time, I worked in mostly nursing and hospital administration. I also want to say I started out in labor and delivery at the old Sioux Valley Hospital. I ended my career in home health and hospice. So I was really generational in the patients that I was taking care of. As I said, Dan was a middle child, and he was thinking about he probably wasn't going to get the family farm. And if you know Dan, he is really a true farmer at heart. And he thought, well, my next option is to find an only child that will inherit a farm. And that's how our relationship came about. He saw a great opportunity, and I got a great husband. So we are together for 48 years. Public service has been a part of my life all along, and I learned that in Tabor because we knew that faith, family, and community is what kept strong families and strong communities. I still have an active nursing license. Dan and I go out to Sturgis, and we run the first aid station out there, so it's an opportunity to see all the action and activity that's going on out there. My son and his wife and I own Checker Sports Bar. We're very much into our Czech culture, and that's why we did it. Dan and I then opened a fitness center in Tabor. It's called Cardinal Fitness. Dan's a PT, and I was a nurse. We wanted to give back to Tabor community because they've been so good to me over the course of the years. And then the farm that Dan wanted, it's right across from the city limits, and so he's got an acreage there that he does some farming with. Why I want to be part and return to the legislature, I think experience, knowledge, and trust are the 3 characteristics that leads to a successful legislator. And over the times, I think I've been able to do that. I've been able to serve on appropriations, serving as chair in both houses, and bringing resources back to the community. Develop the regional behavioral health center that we have here at Lewis and Clark. Ability building services, work with them to get their funding. Certainly work with rural health care to get that funding. And I'm really focusing on elderly care. We have a shortage of nursing homes. It's only going to get worse, and we've got to work to deal with that. Thank you.